we interview stars, you've seen them all over the last 1 year or so. But today is a different one. Today is a different one because we celebrate something which is behind the stars, which make stars stars. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Kookaburra factory in Melbourne. Had the opportunity to visit, meet the fifth generation lady who runs it now with her father in the family, something that is now known to every cricket fan around the world, the Kookaburra ball. And I'm going to take you behind, how do I put it, backstage, to be able to see what goes behind the making of what we see on screens. Nicola, she is, it's her dream, her family's brainchild. It's all started here. She's got these two for me.
I do. A pink turf ball.
Pink, because the day-night test match is perhaps the future in some ways. And there you go.
And a white base
the
against
white,
these
because clearly white ball cricket, T20 and 50 over cricket is the future. I think the tour should start because all my viewers want to watch. Thank you very much for hosting us. So here we are, the sound you hear at the back. We're at the Kookaburra factory and I'm going to meet Nicola Thompson. She's going to show us around and we'll give you a tour of the factory. Thank you very much for having us.
A pleasure to have you. Welcome to Kookaburra.
Fabulous. And there you go. Devashish will first show you a glimpse of what's going on. And thereafter, we're going to see how the turf balls are made. We've been talking about Kookaburra for ages and ages, but this is what it is like. Give us a sense, of the process, because all our viewers would want to know that.
Right, so we manufacture the turf ball here, which is made for elite cricket. It's quite a labour-intensive process, and we use it making them predominantly natural materials. It's got a 5-layered cork and worsted yarn centre, which is wrapped around a cork rubber core, and then we close it off in a 4-piece leather cover, which is then hand closed, and it's all done here in Moorabbin.
Nicola just outlined. All we do is we talk about the seam, the Kookaburra, and the impact on the game, but it's all done here.
So we start off with cork layers, and depending on the product quality, so for a turf ball there'll be 5 of these, and once we've put this cork layer on, then we'll wind them with yarn, which is what you can see behind you, and we'll do that 5 times until we get what we call a quilt to the right size and weight, and then it'll be closed into a leather cover.
The material is granulated, those sheets, and it comes out like this, and it comes through the machine up above here into here, and then basically you put the bottom part of the core into here, you push the button and you'll see it'll come down, right? It fills it, and then you put the top half of the core and bring it all together. So basically you've got 2 of these with the material in the middle sitting in there, right? And so then from here it goes into an oven where it cures it, it hardens it, and then it's opened and you get what you just saw there, the ball inside.
So the wool that we use in cricket balls is worsted yarn. We soak it first so that it's wet, which makes it smell a little bit, but we're all used to it. And then that wool is taken and wound onto the cork cores that you see, which ends up with this finished wound quilt.
This is where we start. This is the piece which will eventually go into the baking of the turf ball, the leather, and we will keep going from here. But there you go, all of this is how the process starts, and it's in extremely minute, intricate makings going into the bake. So when you see a ball, imagine the engineering, the technology, the hard work, the labor, the craft that goes behind it, because that's what makes our sport what it is.
Once we have the quilt finished with the cork and wool layering, we then need to put a leather cover around that quilt. And what Rose is doing is she's pairing covers so that when we have a finished ball, the colour and the look of the leather is consistent all the way around.
This is cork rubber. This is where it starts, and then a complicated process which just Nicola explained to me. It's put inside an oven. There you go. This is how it is. You know, see, granulated. These are little pieces now. I'll put them back, but these are put into an oven and it almost becomes a cake. And when it's done, it cannot be undone anymore. This is how it takes shape eventually from what I just showed you. So there you go, little pieces and then multiple other processes. Finally the branding of Kookaburra, and the world sees a top quality cricket ball. We are going to go into the lab. That's the R&D department, and that's what Nicola has kindly said we can also visit. Off you go. Whether it's the weight, whether it's the seam, the grading, everything has to be perfect for elite high performance sport. It's about a cricket bat and a cricket ball, and that's what they manufacture. So if they get the ball wrong, the whole game is wrong.
We do two things in this room. One of the things we do is test all of our raw materials. The other thing we do is we test out new ideas. And so any time we've got a new idea, we use this lab and the room next door to test out those theories and see whether they're going to work in play, not just for us on the production line.
It's about celebrating sport. It's about celebrating innovation, technology, celebrating legacy. Legacy. There you go. We are interested in how Kookaburra came to be called Kookaburra and known the world over as Kookaburra. I'll pass it on to Nicola to tell us that story.
Thank you. So Alfred Grace lived just a couple of suburbs over from where we are now, and at the time it was all market gardens, and in his backyard there was this actual bird who sort of was a kind of a pet because he was always hanging around, and AG nicknamed him Jackie. The bird on the ball is an actual real life bird that hung out with the founder of the business while he was tolling away.
A real bird giving a business which is now a global business, and the owner and the family eventually takes the name of that bird because that's how the business came to be known globally. Wonderful anecdote. So you've also got robots now.
We absolutely do, yes.
Talk to me.
Well, we've got two at the moment. We're implementing another two next year. This robot is taking covers off a tray and it's putting them into a workstation that will trim off some excess leather. So this is part of our two-piece process. The other thing it's done for us is it's freed up people to do other jobs that are more intricate down the line. So it's improving our output, but it's also improving our capabilities.
Quality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unbranded. There's the man. He's going to brand one for us and our viewers can take a look. There's gold branding, there's silver branding. This is the gold branding that's happening. How beautiful, how quick and how sophisticated technology has become. Absolutely wonderful. There you go. Closely. Gold branding for you. The tour is on.
This is my grandfather. He's no longer with us, but he was third generation. My great-grandfather.
So who started it?
My great-great-grandfather.
So
Alfred Grace. His name is still on the ball. My great-grandfather's brother. And his son was in the business as well. It's very much still a family-owned and operated business.
And the important thing is the family is united. Fingers crossed for them that they keep growing. Look at them. The two gentlemen, both giving us smiles, fantastic in their craft, absolute champions both. This is how it's done. This place here in Melbourne, in Moorabbin, these are the people who make it possible. We celebrate the sport, but we also need to celebrate the backstage. And these are the real people in the backstage doing it for, imagine, 45 years. Devashish will show you some close glimpses. Chief, 45 years, you're a master. Well done. There you go. That's how the seam is made. Beautiful stuff. Trust me, it's been a really worth visit. There you go. That's how things are done, and what a fantastic place to come to. Thank you, Devashish, because you've come before. I hadn't. We had to come here. Thank you very much for this particular one.
Pleasure.